Hi guys! I'm here today to show you how I got this look with one little palette from L'Oreal. It is the Nude palette, Nude palette, from L'Oreal. And the lighting is just so awful. But yes, I got this look done with this palette. And I'm not just talking about the eyes. I'm talking about the eyebrows. I'm also talking about the shading, the contouring, the highlight. I did so much with this palette, and I feel like this is such a perfect palette for us girls out there that are on a budget, that need something that is your go-to everyday type of palette that you can use for everything. So if you would like to see how I got this look, it's going to come up next. It's a long one. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and hopefully you'll stay long enough to see how I did this. So stay tuned. So I have put an oil-free moisturizer on my face. The Neutrogena moisturizer with sunblock of 35 SPF. Always wear a sunblock on your face. Then I have already put the Rimmel Stay Matte primer on my face. There we go. I put dot, 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 and then I rub it in really well. Same thing with the moisturizer. Just because I get really oily and I need a matte primer on my face. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. And I'm wearing Soft Beige 200. And I wish that my camera wouldn't be so bright, but because I want good lighting in here, I'm going to go ahead and have it bright. So this is a really thick foundation, and this foundation really covers up a lot on your face, and for the most part, most of the days I really need something to cover up things on my face because I don't have the best complexion. So that's what I use. I'm going to go ahead and use my dampened sponge to apply this. So basically all you do is you just pat the makeup into your skin like this until you get the right coverage that you want. And this process can take a minute or so. You know, the more you pat, the more coverage you get, or the more it lays the makeup out for you and covers more of your, more of your face. This process will take a while, so I probably will end up speeding through this process in the actual video. That way you guys don't have to sit there and watch me do it. I do put foundation over my eyes as well because I like the way it looks. You don't have to do that. Some people do that and some people don't. So it's really up to you and your preference and how you want your eyeshadow to look after you've put your makeup on. And so if you're okay with the way that coverage looks, you can move on to the next step. But I am going to do a little bit more because, like I said, I just like a fuller coverage makeup. I'm just at that age where I just don't, especially in this areas here, I just don't have enough coverage on my face, and I feel like the redness just starts coming through, and I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I mean, I feel like these younger kids, my daughter, she's so lucky. She has such beautiful skin, and she doesn't have to go through this process like I do every morning to try to cover up the wrinkles and the redness and all that awfulness. She's just more lucky that way. And I don't remember how my skin was when I was younger. I think that I, had pretty good skin. Just your occasional breakouts and stuff like that, but nothing too major. But as I've gotten older, just because of make sure you get your ears too, just because of the, little wrinkles that are here and there, the makeup just sits so much different on my face, and so this whole pounding process here takes a lot longer. And I might not speed through this. We'll see how it looks in the editing, because I talk a lot. You guys are going to wonder what I'm saying. Or anyways, I would wonder what I was saying, so we'll see. I don't know. Alright, so now once you got the makeup the way you want it on your face, the next step is to go ahead and grab a highlight. So this is the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter, and I believe this is about $2 or $3 at Walmart. There we go. And so on this side here, you have a really, really white side, and then this side here is your natural, light skin color side. And so basically, what you want to do is take either one, and then just lay it in under your eye like this, and bring it down to where you want the light to be on your face. And the same thing on the other side. And the reason why we do that is to bring that portion of your face out a little bit more, especially as you get older. You just kind of lose that density in your face, and so you want to bring that out, to show it, I guess, a little bit. Also, I want to bring my chin out a little bit more because I have a small chin, and so I want it to come out a little bit more. And then I'm definitely going to go up the bridge of my nose in a straight line. I mean, not too much, but just enough. And then a little bit on my forehead, but not too much. Now, I always take the white side of this and I pat it just a little bit, just to bring a little bit more light, just in this area here. You don't have to do that, but I like it, so that's what I do. Now this you don't have to let set, but you can go ahead and pat it in right away, just like that, just to make sure that it's in your skin. You're going to want to bring it out all the way to your temples here, because the more you bring it out, the higher it's going to lift that area of your skin, or it's going to give that effect of a lift in that area of the skin. So you'll be able to see that once all the makeup is done, what that actually does. And like I said, I'm so sorry about the camera. I did order a camera and I ordered the wrong one, so I have to send it back, and I will get the new one here shortly, hopefully within the next week or so, and then I won't have to be filming on this laptop. So just blend that in there, and then what you're going to do is take a brush, and you're going to grab a setting powder to set that area, because if you don't set it, what ends up happening is that, with my skin anyways, because I get oily throughout the day, if I don't set my makeup, it will just come right off my face, and it's just so annoying. So what I'm going to use is the Flawless Concealing Brush from e.l.f. There we go. And then I'm going to use the Highlight Define Under Eye Setting Powder. So basically all I do is tap it like this, get some in the lid, and I get a good amount there, and I just set that portion that I just did here. And you can set a lot of it, because you can basically wisp it away after you're ready to, do whatever you need to do with your makeup. The good thing about, if you leave this on your face, you can, and you put eyeshadow on, and if the eyeshadow has a little bit of a, the dust, especially darker eyeshadows, this will protect your face, because you just did all that work with the concealing and stuff, from getting that crazy eyeshadow on the bottom of your eye, because you can just wisp it away. So the more you put on this, the better you are. And like I said, we're just going to leave that on there, and then we'll wisp it away in a little bit. I'm also going to put some right here on my face. I know that doesn't make sense, but I want that portion of my face to also stick out when I'm done concealing, so that it makes the hollow of my cheeks look a little bit more defined. And you'll see what that portion looks like too when we're done with this whole thing. So there's that. We're going to let that sit. And next I'm going to go in with, I think today I'm going to go ahead and use the L'Oreal La Palette in the Nude. This palette, like I was telling you earlier, it's a really good palette. You can use it for a lot of things, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use it for contouring, how I use it for my eyeshadow, and I'm going to also set my eyebrows with it, with the color. That way you know that this palette here is a palette that you can get and use it for more than one or, more than one thing. So even though it's a $15 palette, we're going to use it for a lot of things, so it doesn't feel like you're spending so much money on, this palette, even though you are, because you get to use it for more than one thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my angled brush and I'm going to go in with number 6. It's in the middle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of in the middle, and I'm going to, tap my brush in the palette like this to get some of the contour on it. And I'm going to go ahead and start contouring my cheeks here. So what you want to do is start here at your hairline and just work your way down. If you look down like this when you're putting the contour on, you'll be able to see a shadow of where it needs to go. You can't really see it now because I look completely white and dark, but I guess you can a little bit. You can see the shadow of where the contour needs to go. Now the further down you bring it, the older you're going to look, because it's going to drag that portion of your face down. So you want to just, you can do that. There's no problem with that, but I don't want to look any older than I already do. So I want to keep it up as high as I can to about right there. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you want to start at your hairline, because the further forward you start is where most of the powder is going to be. So if you put it in your hairline there, then you'll have, you can, blend it up that way, and you can hide most of the product that way. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to blend that out with this little brush to get it to, how I want it. And the same thing on this side. So just blend and blend so you can get those portions out. Then also you're going to want to come up this way and kind of do your forehead here, because you just want it to look kind of even. And the dark portions, of course, on your head will make it just look a little smaller. I'll take a little bit more. You can also go under the lip here to bring out your lip to make it look a little bit bigger. And so that's what I'm going to do right here. And just pinch the brush. Just pinch the brush and just tap it right under there. And it will bring out the bottom lip a little bit more. You don't want to go under your chin here, especially if you have a double chin like I do, just to kind of hide that. Just pull it down, a little bit, and that will kind of hide it. But if you don't blend it enough, you won't hide it. You'll just see that. So just make sure you just blend that really well. And then also, we're going to go ahead and pinch again, and we're going to go on the nose here. So I don't like my nose. Let me just say, I don't like how fat it is, and so I like to make it look like it's not. So basically, I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose on either side to try to trick the eye into thinking that my nose isn't as big as it is. And you may not think it is, but I have always had an issue with my nose, so this is why I do this. And so you just blend that out as well. Go at the bottom of your nose, and you can always, put a little line here that will lift your nose a little bit if you're looking for that effect. But I don't really need that. And so I'm going to blend that up to kind of trick the eye to thinking that my nose is smaller than what it actually is. And I don't know if you can really see that in this awful lighting, but so there's that. Now I've used this palette now to contour, and like I said, it's a $15 palette, but I can use it to contour, which is awesome. Also, I'm going to use it now to put on some eyeshadow. And so I'm going to kind of tilt this way, and hopefully you'll be able to see here. First off, I'm going to use the NYC City Proof 24-Hour Based Pure Crayon. And it's in, what color is this in? Universal. So it's not too light, it's not too dark. So I'm going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow, because if you put this on before you put your eyeshadow on, what this is going to do is make your eyeshadow just pop the color. So basically I'm just going to rub it all over my eye here, even up top. And you don't have to be careful with that, because you're gonna spread it out. And so and then just tap it in your eye here. Tap. And just kind of spread it out a little bit. You can rub it as well. I'm trying to, I know I have the worst angle, and I can't wait until I get my camera. That way the angles won't be so bad, and hopefully you guys can really see what I'm doing here. So there, that's what you do. You're just going to rub that out until you can get like a base color there. There, can you kind of see that? You know, don't need it to be white, just a base color. That way it kind of neutralizes any redness that you might have on in your eye, on the top of your eye, or any, you know, blue veins, you know, anything at all. It will neutralize that. That way the palette that you're starting off with on your eyes is a clean palette, and it, like I said, it will make your eyes pop. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the e.l.f. concealer brush. Now I know this is a concealer brush. Let me turn it around for you. I hate this camera. Ah, there we go. Okay, and it's kind of a puffy brush, and it's really meant to like conceal things and, you know, whatever. But it's a makeup brush, and I can use it for whatever I want to. So you do the same thing. You don't have to use the brush for what it says that you need to. It's a brush. Just use it for whatever. So I'm going to take the let's see, what color are we going to use today? I'm going to take the matte color number 3. Number 3. And so it's going to be this color here in the palette. Number 3, right there. And I'm going to start, I'm going to get a lot of that on there. I'm going to start and use that as my transition color. And so a transition color is a color that you put in, you know, in your eye to kind of help, if you're going to do a darker color, to blend it out. So that's what that's for. I know that it's kind of a word that I had to like look up to find out what it was, but that's basically what it does. It's a lighter color to help blend out any darker colors or any colors at all, so that they kind of meld together. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and start here and just, you know, just really buff that in my eye. There. Back and forth like that. Let me try to get closer for you guys. Oh, doing this in your bathroom is just so much fun. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to go back and forth, and really just blend that in there. And that's just so it gives you a base to start off with. And there you go. So that's what that looks like. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to kind of look this way so I can make sure I'm doing it right. When my camera comes, I'm going to be so excited, because then I won't have to hold silly mirrors in one hand and try to look like, try to make it look like, so you guys can see it. So, okay. So there's my transition color, and I'm just putting that in the crease of my eye, and just a little bit over, you know, just a little bit on top of that, just so that I can, when I go ahead and start doing the other colors, it will just be there, but kind of in the background. Alright, so now I'm going to take the same brush, because why not? And I'm going to go in with, let's see, what should we try next? And this isn't a science, I'm just doing whatever I want, because you know, it's a nice palette. It has a bunch of things in it, and let's just use them and see how it comes out. I haven't tested these colors together yet, so we're testing them together. So, let's go with this color here, which is number 7 in the palette. So I'm going to just grab a little bit. I'm going to grab some air as I drop everything on the floor. And we're going to go ahead and just take this into the V here, so down and up that way. So I hope you can see this. Oh, let me get as close as I can here. So here we go. And just right there. Just in that little V right there. Just for a pop of color and, you know, to give our eye a little bit of definition. And then now that we've got most of the color in that V, we're just going to go ahead and blend it all the way out here. And then go back and then just keep buffing that out until, you know, it looks the way you want it to. Okay, and then we're going to do that on the other side as well. Again, put most of the color on this V area and then blend out with windshield motion type movements on your eye. And I make funny faces when I put makeup on, so if I'm making funny faces, that's why. So just keep blending. And then you can take it up a little bit if you want. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the next color, because I think I'm only going to do 3 colors. Maybe I might do 4, but for now I'm only going to do 3. And I'm going to take the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, professional eyeshadow brush. It looks like this. It's just a little tip brush. And I'm going to go ahead and take number 2 in this palette, which is this one here. There we go. I'm going to spray my brush, and my daughter's going to kill me because she hates when I do this with our eyeshadows, but I'm going to spray my brush. That way I can get more of a foiled effect, because this color number 2 has a really nice shine to it, and I want that to really show up when I put it on. So, okay, so I'm going to get close. And so I'm going to go ahead and just pack that right in the middle of my eye here. Just pack that in there. Can you see what I'm doing there? And then I'm just doing like little pats on my eye just to make sure that it's just really sticking on there. So I'm just patting away on that area. And there, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I hope so. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just pat away on there. And there's really no wrong way of doing this. I mean, it's just makeup. So if you mess up, wash it off. Or if you know, do something crazy, and you feel like, wow, I really like this, but nobody else is going to like it. Who cares? It's just makeup. Do it. Wear it. It's not permanent, so you can wash it off when you get home, or you can wash it off just then. But, I mean, just feel confident in what you're doing, and everybody else will agree with you if you're confident in it. Now, if you're not confident, then everybody's going to be like, there's something wrong with that girl. But, yeah, just try to be as confident as possible, and if you feel like you messed up, just start over or try to fix it. I mean, it's just makeup. There's nothing that you can do that's wrong. So I'm going to go back again with a little bit more of that brown, and then just kind of, you know, bring it in a little bit more, because I did go overboard with the whiter color, and I want to make it more of a, you know, just a little bit more of the brown, because I think it just looks cute that way. So I'm going to do that again on this side. And just remember that your eyes are like sisters. So you might not be able to get them both perfect, but as long as you get them as, you know, as good as you can, then that will be good. Alright, so I think I'm going to stick with that. Let me move this light because it's so bright. So I think I'm going to stick with that. think it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad at all. So now I'm going to take the smudge brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to dip it into the, we're going to use number 8 in the palette, which is the dark brown here on this side. Again, if you want to have it get really dark, you can just spray it with some fixed palettes, or you can use eye drops or something like that. But I'm not going to do that today. So basically I'm going to smudge this on the bottom of my bottom lash line here, just to, you know, give it an eyeliner effect. And I always poke my eye when I do this, so if you see me blink, that's what I did. I'm also going to drag it out a little bit and then blend it up. That way it kind of, you know, kind of blends in with everything else. Can you see that there? How it kind of blends in a little bit. Ugh, I hate this camera. I'm so sorry. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to smudge and try to get as close as you can to your eye without poking yourself like I do, because I'm really good at that. And, you know, just smudge it out. And now I just did something crazy, because that's what I do. And if you do, just take your finger and blend it out. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, try to get both of your eyes to look as close as they can, but like I said, they're sisters, they're not twins, so you're never going to get the same exact look on both eyes, because, I mean, we're not perfect, so we can't, it's just not going to happen. Unless, of course, you're a makeup artist, and that is not something that I am. So those guys are just great. I wish I was, but I don't have the time to do that. I would if I did. So there's that. So I think I like this. I think I like the way this has come out, and I'm going to keep it. So, like I said, just keep, you know, working on it, what you want. You can go in with a little bit of number 4 in the palette, which is a gold color, and you can take that and just kind of smudge it out a little bit on each line too, and that kind of brings out a darker color because the gold and the dark there. And then do the same up top again. Let's just pat that color a little bit in there, a little bit more. Sorry about that. Gosh. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that because I think it looks nice. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to eyebrows, because I haven't done those yet, and I got to leave them. I got to do something with my eyebrows because they're disgusting if I don't. So I'm going to take another matte color in this palette. I'm going to take number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 in the palette, which is the darkest matte that's in there without a shimmer, which is matte, obviously. I mean, so I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to take my angled brush. This isn't an e.l.f. brush, so I'm sorry. I was going to try to, you know, use everything that you can get from the store, but I had an angled brush from the store and I lost it. So I'm going to use this, and it's from Bare Essentials. It's a great brush, but I don't even know if you can get it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows with the number 6 in the palette. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to fill them in. As good as I can here. I'm just going to be quiet when I do this because I need to concentrate so I don't look like a clown. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up for a minute. And again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my spoolie and kind of even that stuff out, you know, let it spread out a little bit so it doesn't look so crazy. But yeah, I think that number 6 in the palette does really well. And there's some lighter colors in there too, some lighter like they're like an auburn and even a blonde, I think that you guys could use for that. So, yeah, that's like 3 products that we've used in this palette for other things. We've used a contouring area for it. Now I'm using it for my brows. And then I used a bunch of them for my eyes. So that's awesome, you know, I'm just going to contour that a little bit more. That's awesome to get all those things that if you know, just by the one palette to be able to use that for that. So why not? I mean, okay, so there's that. There's my eyebrows. I don't think they came out too bad. I mean, they're not like dark, but they're not light, and they're filled in, and they look great, I think. So there's that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bronze with the palette. How exciting. So we did the contour, now we're going to do the bronze. And I think, let's see, what can we use as a bronzer in this palette so that we don't look too crazy? So I think we're going to do number 4 and number 7 together. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to, let's see if I can do this, dip it in number 4 here, because it's like a little glittery, and then dip it in number 7 here. And then I'm going to blow it. I'm going to use that as a bronzer on my face. So almost like a blush, you would with a blush. I'm going to just bronze the hell out of my face with that. Again, dip it, and just bronze. There's that. And then, since I don't have anything in this palette that I can use a blush for, I am going to use the True CoverGirl's, it's new from CoverGirl, it's True, it's called CoverGirl True Blend Blush, and it's kind of like a baked product. Oh, there we go. And the color is not going to be great in that darn picture, but I'm going to take another, I have a couple of these angled blush brushes. I love them, and I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, pat that in there and get some of that product on my brush. And then I'm going to pat this in my area here, the cheek area. And if you pat it up like this, you won't be moving any other products. This is a light color pink. It's not very bright. What is this color? I don't know. That's crazy. I thought I knew what color this was. Oh, it's medium rose is what it's called. So you just pat it in there, and then you're just going to pat it on your cheeks here. Not brush, but pat all the way up. And again, you want to take it up, because the effect we're trying to do is to try and make our faces look lifted. And so that's why I put makeup on, is to make my face look lifted and fresh and, you know, awake, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I do that. So I'm just going to put this on there, pat pat pat, so we don't move any of the other makeup that we have there. And there's that. So that doesn't look too bad, I don't think, you know. No. So we used the palette now for 4 different things. We used it for a contour, a bronze. We also used it for our eyes, and we used it for our eyebrows. Now we're going to use it for an eyeliner, and that's, you know, a given. Everybody does that kind of stuff, but I generally like a really dark eyeliner. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. Oh, here I am. Where is my brush? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the smudge brush again, and I'm going to wet it again. So I'm going to spray it with my infallible, why can't I say that word? Infallible stuff. Setting spray, and I'm going to go ahead and take the darkest again, which is going to be the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 6, And I'm going to get just a hell of a lot of that product on my brush. Because I want, and then, you know, a dark line. I'm going to pat it off. And I'm just going to put it right at my lash line up top. And let's see if I can get close here without, let me fix this here. Oh, darn it. It's down here. I need to get a bit of brown. Let's see. So I'm going to get as close to my lash line as I can and just pat that on there just to get a liner on there. There we go. And do that on the other side as well. Let's go this way. There we go. And then just smudge that out. Just take that and smudge it, smudge it. There we go. Alright. Okay, so there's that. So I think that that look is done. Now I can go ahead and put some false eyelashes if I want, or just put mascara on. I think for today we'll just do some false eyelashes because I told a lovely little girl, Hope, that I would demonstrate it. So I'm gonna demonstrate it. I'm not that good at it, but why not? Let's try it. So I'm gonna use the Ardell's. I have a natural, and then I have a glamorous. Let's go with the glamorous. Why not? I'll go ahead and try that one. So it's the glamorous, and it is number 101. So these are really full lashes. There we go. See that? And I hope they fit my eyes because I haven't cut them or anything like that. So basically, you want to go ahead and, you know, bend this here and just kind of roll your lashes down the thing. That way you don't ruin them. But I'm going to do it turning my way so that I can, you know, kind of figure it out here. So roll it down, there, you get your first lash off. And then you're going to try to fit it. I guess I should probably put some eyeshadow on, or some mascara on first. Because you need to blend it, but I'm doing this completely backwards, obviously. So, let's see if this fits my eye here. Let's see how this fits. Ooh, those are really, really eyelashy. Oh, there goes my mirror. That's just great. Huh. So yeah, I think those will fit. Yeah, those will fit. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get this one and get this one off of here. So prepared today. Yay! I hope you guys are still with me. If you're not, I'm sorry. I know I'm taking forever. And yeah, so first I'm going to go ahead and put one layer of mascara on my eyes. Just because you're supposed to. And this is the Revlon Lash Potion Glow Luminous is the line, I'm assuming. So you're just going to do one layer of mascara on your eyes just so that you can get it to kind of go together with your lash. So there's that, one layer. Yay! And I've got a mess of makeup over here. So let me start posting some of that. Now I'm going to use, I'm going to have to get a tweezer because this is going to be better for me. So I'm going to grab some tweezers, grab my eyelash with my tweezer if I can. What is that? So here you go. You're going to stick it right in your eye. And I'm going to first take my glue and I'm going to rub it right on the top of that lash there. Make sure you get enough so that everything sticks the way it's supposed to. Get it and just rub it just right on the top of that lash. Now the rule of thumb is to let it dry for a second and then you just stick it on your eye. So that's what we're going to do. And I might be coming out of focus again, which, what's new when it comes with me? I'm always out of focus. So, and the camera might be, or the mirror might be in front of my face. So, again, what's new? Nothing. So we're going to go ahead and try to do this here. I'm going to the hell? Oh, this is not working out for me. Thank you, Hope, for asking me to do this craziness for you. There we go. Okay. I obviously had it the wrong way. Okay, so try to get it down. Oh, this is just fun. Gotta love eyelashes. Try to get it down as far as you can on your eye. And then fix it as you go. If I can just get that piece, oh sorry, to stick, I would feel much better about it. But I think that's as far as that's going to go. Ooh, those are heavy, heavy on my eyes. So, there's that. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and do our bottom eyelash, and then we're going to put the rest of the makeup, or put more mascara to kind of blend our eyelashes in with the other lash. Oh, and that's coming off. Yay! Come on, don't come off. And then our bottom eyelashes. This is really clumpy right now. Oh, and of course, I always, make this face when you're putting on our bottom mascara, because that always helps. That looks like a hot mess, but I'll clean it up. Q-tip. And come on, little eyelash, just stick there. Oh, come on. Well, if you wonder why I never put on false eyelashes, this is why. So there's that. Alright, so I guess I'm going to leave that be, because if not, I'm just going to get frustrated and then I'm going to pull them off because I'm going to be mad. So, yeah, let's just leave that the way it is. And hopefully these little suckers stay on. If not, oh well. This is just a tutorial and we can make mistakes. Not a problem. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my lips. This is the Milani True, the Color Statement Lip Liner, and it's True Intel color, and it is in Intel color. That doesn't make sense. This is just so long. I'm sorry this tutorial has lasted forever, but I have nothing better to do, so I hope that you've stuck around with me. Number 9. It's number 9 in the Milani lip liner. I'm just gonna lip my lines. I'm gonna line my lips with it. It's like a nude color. Here. And as much as I would love to do the Kylie Jenner thing, I just, her lips are just too big for me. She's a beautiful girl, but her lips are just too big for me. So I'm just going to draw my lip. Okay, so now that I've filled it in with the lip liner, I'm going to go ahead and use another Milani lipstick in Pretty Natural. It's a pretty color, and since we're doing browns today, we might as well use it. And I'm just going to go like that. There we go. So there's that. It's not a bad little color. It's a really natural color. So I like natural colors. I like dark colors too. But on a daily basis, I'm a natural kind of girl. So I just wear this kind of stuff and just reapply it all day long. I do have a couple of ColourPop lipsticks that are I have one ColourPop lipsticks. I don't know why I said a couple, because I'm insane. But I do have a ColourPop lipstick, and it is in, oh, what is that color? It's so pretty. Anyways, but because it's a matte lipstick, once it dries out, that sucker is just, whew, it is dark. Lovely color. Such a pretty color. ColourPop makes really, really nice matte lipsticks if you want a lipstick from that's not very expensive and will last all day on your lips. So now I'm just going to use my e.l.f. High Define Setting Powder, because I always set my makeup just because I get oily and I don't want all the wonderful work we just did to come off within the first 2 hours of my day of work. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go over all of that and just really set and make sure that I am not going to lose all this work that I just did. And there's that. But you know what? I was just looking at my face, and I did forget to put some eyeshadow in the corner of my eye. So I'm going to just do that really quick, because why not? Why not? we can do whatever we want here. So I'm going to go ahead and take number 1 in the palette because it's really shiny and pretty. I'm just going to dab it in the corner of my eyes here, just so I can bring that out a little bit. Yeah, I think that will work. And now that we're almost done, we are going to use number 1 again. Or we could do number 2. Let's do number 2, and we're going to use that as a highlight on our face because it's so pretty. So just bring that down. Just pat it from the top, and you're going to bring that down here. So pat and bring down there. Don't rub. You might be tempted to, but don't. Alright. So this eyelash is not staying on my eye, but it will work for now. I think that is the finished look. Yay, we got through this together. Okay, so like I said, this palette is a wonderful palette. The La Palette 1 from L'Oreal. You can do so many things with this palette, and you don't have to buy so many other products like a highlighter or a contour palette, you know, a bronzer, brow. I mean, there's just, you can do that with this palette. So even though it is a $15 palette, I pretty much got most of my look today with this palette. So I would totally suggest this palette. And why not? It's $15 and you pretty much got 5 or 6 products in there that you can use all over your face. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. Close my eyes a little bit. Now excuse the hell out of my eyelashes because I don't really know how to put them on. Let's show you what I did here. Okay, so I really do hope that you guys like this look today with the La Nude Palette 1. I like it. I think it came out okay. And I do appreciate it if you guys are still around watching this because it was a long one today. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend and we will talk next week. Thanks. Bye.